What's going on, agency owners? Listen up and keep watching because I am going to be revealing it all in this video. I'm about to show you the precise protocol that scaled our creative agency to $223,000 per month. This isn't some fluff. This is the exact strategy that we implemented for our business, and it's proven to work with others that we've taught as well. I'm going to be walking you through the 6 pillars that are part of the New Era Agency protocol. I'm not holding anything back here. You'll get the full blueprint for maximizing your agency's growth so that you can scale your agency to 7 figures in a healthy way. This is for people that are wanting to grow their business, wanting to get out of the agency grind, build a real business, and become a true CEO in your agency. This is a full circle strategy that's literally going to change your business from someone that's done it for myself and for others. No nonsense, just results. And I promise you, this video could literally be a game changer for your business. There's a lot to cover, and I'm gonna go through this quickly, so let's get into it. Now, before we get into it and to build some trust with you, I'm gonna show you some of the case studies from the last 30 days. Every single one of these screenshots was taken literally in the last 30 days. So Andrew here just closed 2 deals, $11,000 for one video and $12,000 for another. We have another client in Agency U who locked in a new client with a new offer that we helped them build, $1,800 a month for 4 months. Another client got 3 contracts in 1 day. Another client got 2 contracts in 1 day, literally $13,000 combined from them. Another client got a $110,000 contract over the next 6 months for a construction company. Another client got a $6,500 client from the protocol that we're about to teach. Another client got an attorney office on a 3-month retainer, $6,000 a month or $6,000 total. Another agency in Agency U literally got a $285,000 contract for a company for their creative agency. And we have so many more testimonials like this. All of these that you just saw were in the last 30 days. So this is, again, no fluff. What I'm about to teach you are the same protocols that the agency owners that I just showed you followed as well. And before we get into it, I want to share a little bit about my story. So I started Braintegic, which is a creative agency, in 2018. We quickly scaled it in the first 3 years to a team of around 20 full-time team members, 30 if we're including contractors. We served hundreds of clients, billion-dollar brands, multiple 5-figure retainers for our creative agency. And now as this video is being filmed, I just hired a CEO to run the business, and I can commit full-time to helping other agency owners. But the reality is it was not always this way. So growing up, I did not have an entrepreneur bone in my body. Parents were divorced. They worked blue-collar jobs, barely getting by, got evicted from our apartment when I was in high school. Ended up living with a friend. Brother was addicted to drugs, which gave me a drive to want to pursue more. So I originally wanted to be a police officer, just kind of wanted to have a comfortable job doing what my parents did and work and just have something comfortable so that I could just simply get by. Fast forward, listening to podcasts and seeing that there's a lot more out there for me, I realized that I could do more. So got into real estate, jumped into real estate, did that for about 2.5 years. And that's when I started creating content for myself and people kept asking me for help. So this was literally our first office. This was me in my apartment with a desk. And this was me working literally from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. every single day. I was grinding. I was doing content for people. I was posting. I was trying to figure out what this whole agency thing was about, and it was doing it all by myself. And I quickly realized, okay, if I really want to scale this into a business that I'm not working from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. and grinding and burning myself out, I know that I need to start hiring, start treating it like a business. So in 2020, that's what I started to do, and we quickly grew to about $800,000 in 2020. And then I took the same principles that I applied the last year into the next year, and we grew to $1.8 million almost. Again, this was allowing us to get huge contracts, $78,000 retainers, $52,000 pay in fulls, $224,000 months. Like, this was a normal thing for our agency just by applying the principles that I'm about to teach. Then in 2022, about $1.83 million. We also have a studio space that's about 4,500 square feet, got an office, had a team, all of that good stuff. In addition, I've also coached some of the best people in the business. You see Ed Milet here. We got Gary Vee that I've coached, Michael Jordan's former coach. Just kidding. These are just some cool pictures with people that I look up to personally. And in addition to the agency world, I'm also married to a beautiful bride, have ran the Grand Canyon twice, love all things biking, did 100K, love all things endurance sports. So that's a little context on me. Let's get into the teaching here. So the 6 pillars that we're going to talk about are offer, lead gen, sales, brand, and systems, and hiring. So the first pillar that we're going to talk about is offer. So most agencies just simply don't have an offer, don't have a niche, which I was in that same boat. I wanted to say yes to everybody, which literally just led me to burning out because I was trying to do so many things for everybody. I was basically a glorified employee for a bunch of other people. And really the root of it was just FOMO. I was nervous that I was going to miss out on business. I didn't want to say no to revenue, easy revenue that I knew that my skill set could then handle. But what really happened was this turned out to be me. I was just grinding all the time, working all the time. I was literally just an employee for a bunch of customers, and it was just me at the time. And the reality is this, like if you're marketing your message to doctors, to real estate agents, to lawyers, like people are going to be confused. Like the doctors, lawyers, and real estate agents are going to be like, okay, who do you actually serve and what is your actual expertise when it comes to being an agency owner? And let's take this for example. Let's just say you have a back surgery coming up and you have a couple options as far as who you can hire to get that surgery done. Option one is you go to the general doctor who does back surgery, but they also do wrist surgery, shoulder surgery. They're a general doctor. They also help with foot pain. Or you have Dr. B, who is Dr. Jim, the back surgeon LLC, and all they do is back surgery. They've done 1,000 back surgeries over and over and over again. Who are you going to choose, right? The answer is pretty obvious, and I don't know why it's not more obvious for other agency owners to realize, okay, I need to have a niche. I need to have one offer for my specific niche. And the reality is if you have multiple niches, you're going to have to create multiple copy, multiple ads, multiple websites, multiple systems, understand the businesses of multiple different businesses, and to become a mess and super overwhelming. It is literally a headache and it's going to be a dead end for your business. So here's what we need to do. First things first is we need to come up with our offer. Offer needs to be clear, and it needs to be productized, and it needs to be priced for profit. So clear meaning it solves very specific pain points of your niche that you can clearly articulate, empathize with, and communicate to them. This means that you understand the niche's pain points, you understand the niche's business, and it's clear on the pain points that you actually solve. Next is it needs to be productized. No customizations, no saying yes to everything. It is consistently needing to be fulfillable. It needs to be the same thing every single time. And lastly, it needs to be priced for profit. So you need to not trap yourself. And basically when we say price for profit, this means that we're pricing to delegate. So what I want to do is I want to price out an offer for you from a student agency that we recently went through together. So let's just say we have a offer that is a monthly strategy call, quarterly lifestyle shoot, content ideas, 1 shoot per month, 10 videos per month. We're going to post them, and we're also going to do digital door knocking. So what we really need to do is we need to price to delegate this. So first things first is we want to map out everything that is involved in the offer. The strategy call, the quarterly lifestyle shoot, the content ideas, the editing of the videos, the shooting, the posting, the writing copy, the digital door knocking. Then what we want to do is we want to figure out, okay, who are we going to delegate this? And if it's just you, you need to kind of cast a vision for your business and figure out, okay, who can I delegate this to in order to build my team? Then what we want to do is we want to figure out how long it's going to take to fulfill each piece of the offer. Then what we want to do is we want to figure out how much it's going to cost to pay each person to fulfill this offer. And if you don't know, simply go to Indeed, simply go to payscale.com, get a good range, and also don't cancel out the idea of hiring VAs for more of cheaper labor. Then what we want to do is we want to multiply the hours by the hourly rate, which gives us our cost of goods sold, essentially how much it costs you to fulfill that offer if you are going to delegate all of it. Then that gives us the client cost, which is simply multiplied by 3 and gives us a profit margin of 66.667%. And this is our pricing, $2,500 or $2,578.50. But what we really want to look at is the profit right here. So we know that if we sell this, we're going to make $1,719 in profit if we're literally just delegating everything from our offer. And if we literally just sell 10 clients at this offer, that's $25,000 plus in revenue, plus $17,000 in profit. What would that do for your business? It would be game changing. It works you out of your business. It allows you to delegate. It allows you to build a team so that you're not in there doing everything for everybody. This is literally what takes you from that glorified freelancer, that glorified employee for the people that you're working for, to a CEO. You're managing people who are managing the business that you're building and the systems that you've created for them. This literally allows you to buy back time, become a CEO, and is the foundation of scaling your agency. It's the same thing that Kerrigan did starting this month with a social video client, $58 a month, and getting systems in place so they're not a slave to them. The offer and the niche is going to allow you to delegate and not be a slave to a client. It's going to be a huge win for you if you can nail this down. The second thing that I want to talk about is lead gen. So a lot of agencies, myself included, started with word of mouth and referrals. You know, I was doing the same thing. I was going to events. I was talking to a lot of people. I was trying to network. I was meeting everybody, and people came to the business because of myself. But what really happened was it just became inconsistent because you don't really know where your next deal is going to come from. And the reality is that you become a bottleneck. You are the bottleneck in your business because everything has to come from you and your brand and who you know, and you literally just become a bottleneck in your business because you can't scale yourself necessarily. Also tried paid ads, and the reality with paid ads right now is that the cost is going up. It's getting more competitive. The costs are literally going up 61%. 185% year over year. And what I don't like about the paid ads is that you're literally a slave to Facebook. You're literally a slave to your ad account not getting disabled. You're a slave to what Facebook can drive you for your business. And that can be tricky. Guys, the game is changing fast. People are catching on to the ads. They're seeing more and more ads. We need to think ahead and we need to think innovatively about how we're generating leads. And that's where we introduced the AI outbound funnel. And this AI outbound funnel has literally generated hundreds of appointments and millions of dollars in revenue. It's the same funnel that myself and my business partner run in order to generate multiple pays in fulls, multiple appointments every single month, and allow you to predictably grow without being a slave to Facebook ads or a bottleneck in your business relying on word of mouth and referrals. So here's how it goes. So we have a prospect with AI copy. We try to get a positive reply. We send value. We're leading with value. We get them on a call, or we book them and we nurture them. So the breakdown simply, the math is pretty simple here. If we send 30,000 emails a month with an 80% open rate, 3% reply rate, we can assume that 25% of the replies are positive, 30% of the positive replies booked an appointment, 20% of the booked appointments turned into a deal. That could be 11 sales per month for your agency. And if you, let's just say you have a $6,000 offer, that could be $66,000 a month for your agency if executed properly. So let's break down the AI outbound funnel. So first things first is list building. So what we'll do is we'll hire a $4 an hour VA to create 1,000 leads per week for our agency. Then what we'll do is we'll set up the outbound. So that's buying 10 domains, 3 emails per domain, and we'll warm them up using a tool called Instantly. Then we'll use AI copy to write personalized lines at scale, or we'll do personalized videos at scale. So we use a tool called GPT for Sheets, or Lin.ai, or Fury.ai, or Windsor for the AI videos. And that's what we'll include in the AI copy in order to get their attention and stand out in people's inboxes. Then what we'll do is we'll lead with value and we'll add them to our funnel. So what our real ambition is to get the list of people that we're reaching out to and turn them into a lead, and we want to add value. So for example, in the copy, we're doing hi first name, personalized line. Reason for my reach out is we help roofers get 5 to 10 new clients per month without spending $1 in ads or slaving with follow-ups using our social roofer system. Can I send you more info on this? So anybody that says yes, that becomes a lead and who you're following up with and booking in because they're showing interest and they're in fact a positive reply. Another winning copy is hi, first name, personalized line. We just helped Jack's Dental in Tampa Bay get 10 new clients last month using our social dental system. Is it okay if I send you a personalized video on how you can do the same at company name? Austin. Cool. So then what we're really trying to do is get interest and send value to people that are in fact interested. Then all we're doing is we're testing, monitoring, and optimizing. So we're constantly monitoring, we're constantly testing within Instantly to figure out what's going to do well. And this literally leads to more meetings, a full pipeline predictably, and ultimately peace of mind for you in your agency so that you know that you can predictably scale without being a slave to Facebook or being a bottleneck in your business when it comes to word of mouth and referrals. It's the same system that we use for James, who literally got 6 calls after the first 8 days of sending cold emails with the AI outbound funnel. This is no joke. It's working, it's predictable, and it's also very affordable to do and scalable. So now the next thing that we want to talk about, the next pillar is sales. So if you don't have sales, you literally just don't have a business. The sales process is so important, and these stats prove it. You can see a 28% increased revenue if you do have a standardized sales presence. A standardized sales process is absolutely paramount. You know, when I was doing sales, you know, I was super confident. I was like, yep, I got this. This is game changing. I can close anyone. This is pretty easy. Like ABC, I got this. And then that's when I met my business partner, Gilberto, as I was relying on word of mouth and referrals and all of that good stuff, being super confident in my closing. And really what I realized is that it's one thing to get a prospect to agree to a call, and then there's actually the conversion of the person, especially when it becomes cold, because you can only get so many referrals. You can only have so many people coming to you. But if you really want to scale, you really need to know how to take that cold prospect, nurture them into becoming a warm prospect so that when you do get on a call, they are in fact closable. So a good sales process essentially will increase your show rates. They'll increase the quality of the leads. They're going to scale trust and they're going to increase conversions. So the sales process goes as follows. One is the pre-call. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a CRM that's going to send automated text reminders. We're going to have a 48-hour email reminder. 48 hours before the call, we're going to send them a VSL to talk about the context of the call. That's going to share case studies. It's going to share a little bit about your process and warm them up for your call. Then we're going to have a 24-hour email reminder and a 2-hour text reminder. This is what our sales process looks like within our CRM, and we can track everything, and everything is happening automatically. Then on the call, we need to use a framework that is duplicatable and replicatable. We can't just jump on a call and wing it every single time. We need to have something that we can scale and something that we can teach somebody else to do. So a framework could be clarifying why you're there. You could label the problem, overview of the past, sell a vacation, explain away the concerns, and use a proven sales presentation over and over again. So what we do is we have in our back end a note section that every time we jump on a sales call, we have a list of questions that we're going through that can help guide us, that becomes second nature. In addition, we also have a presentation that we're going through that's going to be the same thing over and over and over again that explains the process and helps them understand exactly what we do and how we can solve their pain points. Then after the call, what we want to do is have a post call. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a recap email and we're going to send a recap Loom video. So how this looks is, hi, first name, great chatting today. Please see below bullet points of what we discussed. 1, 2, 3. As it pertains to your offer, click here for a recording of the call that you just recorded, and here for what we went over, which is the presentation that you guys went over. As discussed, we'll chat again tomorrow at 1 p.m. to follow up. Invite has been sent, because we want to get them on a call after the first call to follow up and again explain away any of the concerns. Then we want to nurture. So that becomes organized follow-up, a nurture campaign. So for us, what that looks like is we have a back-end CRM where we're going to see everybody that we booked an appointment with. We can put them in a back-end funnel to nurture them so that we can stay top of mind and showing that we're serious and we've done good work and stay top of mind to our prospects so that we can then scale trust with them. So this is the process that you could follow in order to grow your business, guys. A good sales process is going to give you control. It's going to give you more sales. It's going to be scalable for you and your business, okay? So the next pillar that we want to talk about is brand. So typical to-do list for agencies is try not to get overwhelmed, do all the client work, take some sales calls, fulfillment, send the invoice, follow up with Jared, and always last on the list is build a brand. And the reality is you have a brand whether you know it or not. And ultimately, it's up to you to control it. Guys, when we think about these brands, In-N-Out, Microsoft, Lululemon, Comcast, Nordstrom, what do we think about? Okay, we think about something. Something comes to mind when you're thinking about these different brands and you see these logos. So what we need to think about is, what are people thinking about you, right? Like, what are people thinking about you when they think about your brand? Okay, without a brand, you're always going to be competing on price. You're always going to be having to build trust with cold prospects from the jump. You're not going to be seen as an authority, and you're going to miss out on business, guys. This was one thing that I really doubled down on. I knew that my prospects were on social media. I knew that 4.9 billion people were on social media, and I really need to double down on brand. In addition, people trust people with a good brand. 46% said that they would pay more for a brand that they trust. Don't we want to get more contracts? Okay, don't we want to sell more? Don't we want to get higher paying contracts? Okay, that is what a brand can do for you if you can do it correctly. Guys, the reality is that the best known is going to beat the best all day. And that's where we come up with the authority funnel. So the authority funnel essentially is something that's going to allow you to scale trust. It's going to help you become more known to your sphere. It's going to increase the perceived value of your agency, and it's going to attract the whale clients that we all want from the testimonials that we've seen, from the businesses that we've worked with at Brandtegic. Guys, this is the game changer for you. So social content strategy. And before we even start with a social content strategy, people are always like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to share. We need to know what our customer pain points are. We need to know our niche. We need to know your values as a human and your values as a business that you can communicate in social, and your unique mechanisms in how you're helping clients get from where they are to where you can help them get to. And you also want to lower your expectations. Building a brand is not an overnight thing. Think of it as a seed planting activity that's going to create salespeople every time you post, that's going to be on the internet literally doing the work for you. Guys, so typical posting schedule for me is Monday, I'm going to teach. Tuesday, I'm going to share. Wednesday, show. Thursday, teach. Friday, share. So for a breakdown of this, teaching is sharing knowledge. Sharing is what makes you human. So that's where you need to know your values. So for me, that can be endurance training, that can be marketing, that can be spending time with my wife. What makes you human? That's what you need to share. Showing, success story, how we took John from A to B using our unique mechanism. These are the things that are going to allow your prospects to see that you are in fact legitimate and what you're doing is in fact creating results. Thursday, teach, again, sharing knowledge, and then Friday, share what makes you human. Guys, this is a simple framework that we can follow and that we can be posting content. If you're watching this and you're a video agency, you literally have no excuses. So from a content flow, what we've seen work really well is hook, headline to grab attention. Hook 2.0 is going to keep their attention, and content, we're going to talk to a beginner because you are talking to a beginner. So for example, hook, here's how to get 5 new clients using video. And I know this might sound too good to be true, but let me explain. Then the content, we're going to talk to a beginner. Pretty simple framework that you can follow. And I always get the question of, should I build my personal brand? Should I build a business brand? And the reality is that I see it like this. Personal brand is how you're going to get clients because you're going to become the funnel and people want to have a face behind the brand. And the business brand is going to be for culture and for solidifying the prospect's decision that they are in fact making a good decision. As you're building a business brand, this will allow you to retain new employees, keep new employees, attract new employees, and also solidify the deal for those whale clients. And I know content can be super draining and super hard, but we're leveraging ChatGPT. So we have a simple prompt that you can simply just copy into ChatGPT and start using this immediately, guys. So take a screenshot of this, try this for creating content, and talk to your customers' pain points within your niche and share your values. The second part of building a brand is to become a thought leader and give. So many people think that every conversation I have needs to be the sales conversation. I need to close deals. But the more that we give, the more that we're going to be seen as an authority in our space. So what that looked like for me was I was doing presentations, I was doing lunch and learns, which were leading to more lunch and learns. I was doing webinars, I was teaching people. So who can you teach within your niche and become a thought leader, seen as a thought leader within your niche to add more value to your clients, to be seen as that thought leader and help build your personal brand. Guys, at the end of the day, consistency is going to win when it comes to building your brand. This is not an overnight thing, but literally this is the same thing that helped us work with billion-dollar companies, get whale clients, get multiple 5-figure retainers, get inbound business, lay up sales, build a culture at our team. Building a brand is going to be imperative for your agency, and using the authority funnel will help you do that. So last thing that we're going to talk about is fulfillment and systems. So most agency owners are stuck in the hamster wheel and the grind of juggling everything. They're doing the sales, the fulfillment, client success, accounting, creating content, and they're proud of it. They're thinking, oh yeah, this is grind time. I'm grinding, I'm hustling, we're cranking, we're growing. Like I'm an entrepreneur, #entrepreneur, we're getting after it. But what really happens is they're just literally on a hamster wheel. They're stuck because they're just doing everything. They're doing everything. But the reality is that this is going to lead to burnout, and you're going to hate your business. You're not going to enjoy what you're doing. And this is what literally happened for me. I would work from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. I'd be grinding. I'd doing everything in the business. I would be overwhelmed. I'd be doing literally every single step in the business, which led me to not enjoying working in the business. And what I realized is that if you're too busy to build good systems, then you're always going to be too busy. So what we need to do is we need to get what's in our brain and we need to turn it into a process, right? Scalability is repeatability. So the first step of doing this is simply getting a project management tool. So what we use is a tool like Notion. Then what we want to do is we want to organize it into departments, organize it into SOPs, organize it into tasks that you can then create standard operating procedures for. Then what we want to do is we want to organize it into departments. We want to organize it into applicable tasks and SOPs that you can then give to other people to train. And after creating thousands of SOPs and pages, here are the essentials that I found helpful. First is client management. So where are you managing your clients? How are you managing information from your clients? This can't be just done through email. This can't just be stored in your email. It can be done in Notion. So we have a client directory where we store everything from their branding to their deliverables to their invoices to meeting notes and much, much more. Next is project management. So as you hire people, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're managing projects and managing tasks. This isn't done through iMessage. This isn't done through Slack. This isn't done through email back and forth. This is done through a system that you can then train somebody on to duplicate and replicate. Then operating procedures. So who's doing what? How can you train somebody based off of what you're doing in order to help them do really well with what in fact you are doing. Then also there's job descriptions, policies, etc., all stored in one. Literally, this is the same thing that took Cameron from 20K to 50K a month simply by systematizing and delegating and creating systems in his business. Guys, systems run the business and people run the systems. You need good systems in place that you can have people run, which leads me into our next point, which is hiring. Guys, so what happens when we are starting to grow and hire, we're starting to make money, we're like, yep, this is awesome. I was in the same boat here too. Like, I had the scarcity mindset. I was like, okay, I'm making all this money. I'm pretty much 100% margin, and this is awesome. And what the root was for me was, I didn't think I was capable of producing the business, capable of providing, because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself because you're hiring people and you're feeding other people. And another issue is that a lot of people just aren't set up to hire, and it takes a lot of time to hire. And hiring is probably one of the most expensive things for an employer to do because it takes so much time to train, to create the systems, to set expectations, to onboard. All this takes a lot of time, which ultimately creates a roadblock for most agency owners. But let's go back, guys. We have an offer that's now productized. Our pricing is now priced to delegate. We know how to generate new business. We have systems in place that somebody can follow using the project management tool that we just came up with. Now it's time to leverage people to work the systems. Guys, this is what's going to take you from that glorified freelancer to the CEO. So what I see most times is, CEOs, they're going to do the 8 hours of onboarding. They're going to do 10 hours of shooting, 15 hours of sales, all to make up a 60-hour work week doing everything. But what we need to think about is, how can I hire people out to buy back some of my time? So if we just hired, let's just say, 5 pieces, 5 tasks within my agency, that gets me down to a 60-hour work week to 23 hours per week of working. But what we want to do is we want to figure out how we can fill up our time with our highest and best use that's going to generate business, that's going to help grow, that's going to leverage more people that they can then grow and become an employee of your company. So a couple steps to hiring your dream team. First is the talent acquisition system. So what we want to do is we want to create a job. We want to post on Indeed. We want to post on social media. We want to reach out to people by doing hashtag research, post on Upwork, etc. And what we're doing is we're driving people to what's called an intake form. And the intake form is simply a form that can DQ people pretty quickly, because when you're posting jobs, you're probably going to get a lot of candidates, and you're probably going to get a lot of candidates that you're not going to be pumped about. So what we want to do is we want to drive them to an intake form that they can fill out, that's going to allow you to DQ them through really good questions. Then what we want to do is we want to get buy-in as we're hiring people. People buy into a vision, not just a task. So what you need to do is you need to communicate your vision. You need to communicate where they're going. You need to communicate where your agency is doing. You need to communicate what their role in the company means to your company. Guys, to get buy-in, we need to understand something very simple, which is human nature. People want control. Am I safe? Where am I going? Do I have a say? Does my work matter? That's what you need to communicate when you're hiring people, not just do this task. I'm going to treat you as a task doer, and they're eventually going to leave. So what's helped us is a really dialed in onboarding system that explains what they do, how they do it, setting them up for a win, onboarding presentation that explains our company, communicating the vision consistently, communicating the numbers of the business, sharing how their work is a part of something bigger, understanding how they like to be recognized, consistent one-on-ones, and asking for feedback. Guys, this is going to be paramount as you're hiring new people. Next is setting expectations. So a lot of people hire people and they get frustrated because they're not doing a good job, and it's simply because you've not set really good expectations. Any frustration that you feel at your agency with somebody else is simply an unmet expectation. So how we've solved that is job descriptions 2.0. So this is defining the role, defining the responsibility, and defining the SMART expectations, and then we repeat for every single role. So how this looks is we have our roles, we have our responsibility, what is pertaining to that role. So if it's like video editing, okay, we need 5 videos a day, whatever that could be. SMART expectation is send 5 videos, end of day form complete, etc., etc. This allows you to be really detailed with the expectations so that you're setting other people up for a win. And what you need to do is you need to create trainings and ways to track the KPIs of the people that you are in fact hiring, because if they don't know they're doing a good job, they don't know that they're actually growing in their in their role at your agency and, in fact, doing a good job. Guys, the X factor when hiring somebody is going to be you. Any frustration is an unmet expectation. So if you can continue to set really good expectations with people, that's where you're going to get the A players. And this is the same thing that's built a killer culture at our company and has been paramount. And we've learned the hard way, and what you just learned will help shortcut you guys. This is paramount to do, guys. So just to recap, the 6 pillars: offer, lead gen, sales, brand, systems, and hiring. This is a full circle approach to growing your agency that will actually allow you to scale healthily. This is not just one piece of the puzzle. This is the full piece of the puzzle, guys. So I know that was a lot of information, and now I have something super exciting to talk to you guys about. I'm going to break down to you the new offer that I've been working on that's called New Era. This offer is not for everybody. I'm talking to the people who are crazy enough to believe that they could actually build a 7-figure agency and not take years to do it like I did. I'm talking to people who are impact focused and ready to scale their agency healthily. We already have 30 plus people in there, all doing over $15,000 per month, getting insane results. And I'm just now announcing it to you. The program is called New Era. So scaling an agency is hard and it's lonely, but what if I could help you solve your agency's biggest problems and show you exactly how to scale it? What would that do for you? It would change everything, right? There's only one way to do it right, and trust me, I've tried all of them. So New Era is not a done-for-you situation. It's not a do-it-yourself course either where you're just watching a bunch of videos. It's right in the middle. We're going to do this together. I'm literally going to pull back the curtains on everything that I'm doing in my business and show you how to do it yourself. So here's what you're going to get. First, you'll get a 1-hour onboarding call with myself and my co-founder, Gilberto, who's also a 7-figure agency owner. We're going to map out everything in your business, where you are right now, where you want to get to, and we're going to attack every single bottleneck and roadblock holding you back. Next, we're going to have action-oriented one-on-ones where you'll literally get access to 7-figure agency owners at your fingertips. This is the type of access that will truly get you to the next level. And if that's not enough support, you'll literally get 24/7 access in your own dedicated Slack channel with myself, Gilberto, our co-founder, and your concierge. We live on Slack, and this is a massive value add for your quick questions that you don't need to wait to jump on a one-on-one or a group calls for. And if that's not enough support, we also have group calls with the whole squad to talk about specific topics. We have guest speakers and to mastermind with others in the group, all doing $20,000 to $50,000 per month. And if that's not enough support, we also have a community with all 50 plus agency owners that are in there to help you and help each other. And guys, remember when we talked about all of the systems and processes and job descriptions? Maybe you felt overwhelmed, but we got you. With over 100 pre-done Notion templates, you're literally gonna have all the SOPs needed that you can copy and paste into your business. It's a no-brainer. This is literally years in the making that you get copy and pasted. And remember when we talked about lead gen and the process to get set up? Well, lead gen can be super overwhelming, but we'll literally just set it up for you. We'll help you get a list builder. We'll help you with the technical setup of the domains, setting up your emails, adding them in instantly, and advising you on killer copy that's going to get you results. Completely hands-off for you. That's going to save you hours. We've done it so many times and have created campaigns that have been responsible for millions of dollars, so you are, in fact, in good hands. We also have course content to help you through all this step by step. I don't like to waste your time. Each video in this course averages about 10 minutes long. Once you're onboarded, I'll point you to which videos you need to watch, saving you time, everything from offer, lead gen, email, and much, much more. We're always adding to it as well. And lastly, we spent years developing a backend system, sales process, automation, and funnels that you can literally just use for your business. In addition, there's a 30-day boot camp, course material on how to use it, 24/7 support, and the same funnels and systems that we use at our 7-figure agency. No joke, literally just copy and paste it into your business. This CRM is amazing. So guys, if this training helped you at all and you're an agency owner, you're already making $5,000, $15,000, $50,000, even $100,000 per month, and you see a benefit of implementing this into your business, you have two options. You can leave this training, you can YouTube, you can feel overwhelmed and try to do it yourself. Or if you want to join the program, the New Era program, what I want you to do right now is I want you to click the link down below in the description. It's a quick form where you'll be able to give me a couple answers to a few questions and then book in a call with me or one of my team members. There's a pretty good chance that it will be with me if you're somebody who is scaling, or it would be with one of our team members. So if you want help implementing what I just taught you, you'll be able to cut the time down that it takes to figure this out on your own. You'll be able to get results quickly, and you'll have my coaching on how to craft an offer or scale it or hire or put systems in place to get you out of the agency grind and become a true CEO. If that's you, if you're like, hey, Austin, I've seen enough of your content. I'm sick of sitting on the fence. I'm sick of trying to do things on my own. I'm sick of joining other programs and watching free content on YouTube and getting overwhelmed and not knowing how to do it. If you're ready to take action if you're ready to get crazy results, if you're ready to be on my YouTube channel as a case study, and if that's you and if that's only you, book a call down below. Do not book a call if you're not serious. Don't book a call to waste your time. Please don't waste my team or my team's time. We want to work with people who are all in, coachable, humble, and ready to put the work in. So if that's you, I'm telling you, go ahead, book in a call. Worst case scenario, you're going to leave with a ton of free value, but book in a call. We'll chat. We'll show you the roadmap. We'll show you what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. So again, if that's you and you're ready to scale your business and join New Era, book a call down below.